Today, I will be showing you how to crochet a water bottle holder. To make this project, you will need one skein of size 4 medium weight yarn, a size G 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, a yarn needle, and scissors. So let's get started. To start off, take your yarn and your crochet hook, and then, well, you don't have to take your crochet hook right now. So you take your yarn and then take the end and then wrap your yarn around your finger to make an X. And then hold the end of the yarn with your 2 fingers. And then put your crochet hook into the first loop you made. And then pull through. We'll take this second loop and then pull it through the first loop. And then we're going to take the loop off of our finger and then chain 1. Now we're going to do 6 single crochets into this loop. Well, this is kind of blurry. So we're going to do 6 single crochets into this loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. By the way, to do a single crochet, you go into the loop or stitch you're trying to make a single crochet into, then yarn over, pull through that stitch or loop or strand of yarn, then yarn over and then pull through the 2 loops. Then we're going to do a slip stitch into the first stitch we made. So go into this first stitch right here, not the chain we made, but the first stitch. And then go into it and then yarn over, then pull through that stitch and the loop that's after that. So then pull onto the end right here. And then we have a single crochet circle. That's the start of the bottom of our water bottle holder. So then chain 1, then go into the first stitch, and do a single crochet. Then go into the next stitch and do an increase. So that means we're going to do 2 single crochets into this same stitch. So go into that stitch, then make a single crochet, and then go into that same stitch, and then make another single crochet. Now we have 2 single crochets into this stitch, then 1 single crochet into the first. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. So there's 1 single crochet, and then we're going to do an increase in this stitch. We only had to do that 3 times. So then we're going to slip stitch to the first stitch, and then chain 1. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch of the next row, and then 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet into the next stitch after that, and then do an increase into the next stitch. Like this. Now we should have one single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then an increase in the 3rd stitch. We're going to repeat this all the way around. So do 1 single crochet in the first 2 stitches, and then do an increase in the 3rd stitch. 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then an increase in the 3rd stitch. Now it should look something like this. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into the 1st stitch, and then chain 1. This is your project, so it should look something like this at this point. So then for the 3rd row, we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and 3, and then do an increase into the 4th stitch. So 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then an increase in the 4th stitch. Just repeat this all the way around. And then you're going to slip stitch to the 1st stitch at the end of the row. You should always end off with an increase. So slip stitch to the 1st stitch, and then chain 1. Now for the 4th row, we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, and 4, and then do an increase into the 5th stitch. So 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, then an increase into the 5th stitch. Repeat this all the way around. Now we're going to slip stitch into the 1st stitch, and then chain 1. Once you have done the amount of rows I just showed you, we're going to take a water bottle so that we can measure this water bottle holder to see if the water bottle can actually fit into it. So we're going to, here, let me get a smaller one. So this is the actual bottom part that's going to face down. So this is the inside. So we're going to make the inside face up, and then we're going to place the water bottle on top of the bottom of our water bottle holder. So mine has like about 1 row over the water bottle, so mine is good. So if your water bottle is bigger or smaller, you can adjust the amount of rows you have. So now that we have completed the bottom of the water bottle holder, we can start on the sides. So to do this, we're going to chain 1, and then go into the back loops of each stitch. Back loop of each stitch. So go into this the first stitch, this back loop, then make a single crochet. And then go into the next one, then make a single crochet. We're going to go into the back loop of each stitch, making a single crochet all the way around. This will make it have a sharp corner going up. Because if we just went into both of the loops of the stitches, then it would be more rounded at the bottom. That would be fine, but I want it to look sharp at the bottom. So just go into the single crochet into the back loop of each stitch all the way around. Now we're going to slip stitch to the first stitch. We're just going into both loops now. So slip stitch and then chain one. Now we have this little line going throughout the bottom, the bottom side of the water bottle holder. So now we're going to do one single crochet into each stitch, into both loops. So we don't have to go into one loop now. So just do one single crochet into each stitch. Once you have gotten to the end of the row, we're going to slip stitch to the first stitch and then chain one. Now we're going to go into each stitch and do one single crochet just like the last row. So we're just going to repeat the last row for the sides. At the end of the row, we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch and then chain one. Now your sides should start to be building up like something like this. Now we're just going to repeat this last row, and I will show you, and I will tell you how many rows I completed to get to the height of this water bottle. In total, I did 27 rows, including the 3 rows we did in the beginning. I ran out of yarn because I didn't have a full skein of yarn. So then I just used some white and then put that on top since this was already a gradient. So to check your length, I've just chose to use a plastic water bottle. So to measure this water bottle holder. So you can put the water bottle inside of it. It should fit pretty snug. Like this. And then it should be something like this. It should look something like this for it. You can make it longer if you would like, but we're going to add a handle, so I don't want to make it like the full length of the water bottle. So we don't even have to cut the yarn off right here, as we are going to make the handle right now. So it's just cutting off the yarn once, and you don't have to sew anything in besides the ends. So now we're going to chain one and then single crochet into the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Well, actually, we're just going to go into the next 4 stitches, not 6 stitches. And then we're going to chain 1 and then turn. Then we're going to go into the last 4 stitches we just crocheted. You should still have 4 stitches. Then chain 1 and turn. Then single crochet into the 4 stitches we just crocheted. Then repeat this same thing. I will tell you also how many rows of single crochets I did after I finish the handle. So in total I did 27 rows for the handle. So now we're going to attach this to the other side of the water bottle holder. So we're going to fold this in half and make the handle be in the middle of where we folded it. Well, on one side where we folded it, like this. And then we're going to match up these 4 stitches on the handle with the 4 stitches in the middle of the actual piece, the main piece. So now we're going to finish off, so just cut the yarn and then take the loop and then pull the end through, and then take your yarn needle. I found my silver shiny one, so I'm going to use that one. And then thread the yarn through it. And then go into the first stitch of the handle, and then into the first stitch of the middle 4 stitches, and then go through those. Then go into the second stitches of the middle and the handle. It's okay if it's not tight right now. Okay, and then go into the third stitches of the handle in the middle. And lastly, go into the 4th stitches of the handle in the middle. Make sure that this is not twisted, just make sure it's lined up. And then to finish off, we can go into one of the stitches of the main piece, one of the V's of the stitches, and then just sew into the main piece so that the yarn is secure. You can turn it so that you can go through to the other direction. And then just cut that. And then our handle is done. So now all we have to do is sew in this bottom end in the middle. So you can just take your needle, thread the end through the needle, and then sew into a couple of the stitches around the middle of the bottom. Just like we did with the other end. And then just trim that end. And your water bottle holder is finished. Ta-da! So now you can put your water bottle into it and put it, you can hang it onto something or just use it like that, and it's easy to carry as well. So this is a super easy crochet project, and it only used single crochets, and you hardly have to sew anything. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this water bottle holder. Thanks for watching. Bye.